Welcome back to our video. Today we are back for another NFL video. This time we're ranking the top 5 quarterbacks in this upcoming draft class. Now, I have a list on the screen from PFF, but this is not my list. I have my own we'll be doing in this video as well. So we'll get a good mix of both, what they're saying, what I'm saying, and then if you guys have any thoughts, be sure to comment that down below. But just to jump right into it, so I think it's kind of everybody's favorite right now that Bryce Young is going to be first. And yeah, that's what they have. They have Bryce Young right there. To jump to my list, I have Bryce Young there as well. I think overall he's just the best player in the draft. I understand, there's questions around his height. And even if it's not the height, then it's his size, it's his frame. Is he, durable enough to take those big NFL hits, especially if he goes to a team that has not a great offensive line. If he does end up going pick 1 to Carolina, the Panthers' offensive line has actually got a lot better the past couple years. Being a fan, I've actually got to watch that, which is nice. Baker still had a lot of passes bad down at the line of scrimmage, but then Sam Darnold did not. So that was more of a Baker problem. I think the offensive line is solid enough to have a rookie quarterback behind it. So in my opinion, Bryce Young is the best player in this draft. Just his IQ, his arm strength, his accuracy, really everything. I mean, if he was just like taller and like slightly, I guess, broader, I mean, he'd be by far the favorite. But I understand there are concerns over his size. And if that's a concern for you guys, let me know down below. I'd be happy to read through those, of course, because it is very understandable if you aren't sold on him because of his size and his height and all that kind of stuff. Because it does matter as a quarterback if you're going to be taking sacks and all that. Now, to jump to number 2, they have Will Levis from Kentucky. Personally, I'm not a fan of this. To jump to my list real quick, I have CJ Stroud there. I think Stroud is incredible, especially his accuracy. I know it's like a huge strength of his, and I mean it shows. I mean, I think he called himself a ball placement specialist, and it's very evident when you watch him play. He did great at the combine. And I don't know. Overall, to me, I think he's just quarterback number 2. I think he's very, very good. Although I don't think he showed a whole lot of his athleticism in college. But in the Georgia game, his last game in the playoffs, he had a bunch of great runs. He extended plays. He threw on the run. So if he's able to kind of grow with that and kind of continue that, I mean, that's a huge help for him at the next level. If people, faster getting to him, all that kind of stuff, maybe taking sacks. So I think Stroud definitely has it in him to use more of the athleticism. But then again, if it's not his game, it's not his game. But of course, it's nice to have if you need it to get away, to run a bounce, slide, all that kind of stuff. So to me, CJ Stroud is quarterback number 2. They have Stroud number 3. I just talked about him. I personally have Anthony Richardson number 3. Just because of really what he can be, and that's kind of how everyone's ranking him because there isn't a whole lot to go off of as far as what he's done so far. He was very, very inconsistent with his accuracy in college, but if you watch him, just his arm strength is unbelievable. His size, his speed, I mean, he's incredibly strong. He's someone that, if you can develop correctly, will be very, very, very good at the next level. If he's developed correctly, in my opinion, he could easily be the best quarterback from this draft class. Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know. I don't honestly know where he's going to go either, because I could see a team trading up if he happens to fall a little bit in the top 10 to try and pick him up. So we'll see what kind of happens there, but to me, I think he's quarterback number 4. Just all those natural abilities you just really can't teach, he has. And some of the things that he doesn't have can be taught, which is, I mean, if you have to have it one way or the other, that's the way you want it, that you can at least develop and you can at least coach him up. So I think if given the right coaching and development, all that kind of stuff, he can be very good. As of right now, though, I think his weaknesses are very obvious. It's just, I mean, his accuracy. He doesn't have a whole lot of experience. His decision-making is questionable at times. So, in my opinion, that's where Anthony Richardson's going to fall. That's going to be number 3 for me. Now, 4 through 5 were interesting for me to pick. 4 for them was Anthony Richardson, as we said. 5 for them is Tanner McKee, with Hendon Hooker being at 6. That's very interesting. I have Will Levis down at 4 because they had him at 2. I have him at 4. I'm not the biggest Will Levis believer. I'll admit it. I'm just not. But I do think he has a very high ceiling. I know people are really excited about what he can be, kind of like Richardson, although he does have a lot more kind of fundamentals down than that Richardson does not. But Will Levis, I've seen a few comparisons being like Josh Allen as his ceiling in the NFL. Obviously not right now, but he has potential to be that type of player, which I can see that with, I mean, his arm and his running ability. He's very tough. He can take big hits. And yeah, but again, that's also a weakness sometimes because he stands in the pocket for too long. might take a big hit, and you might not be able to get up as easy at the NFL level as you could in college. So that's definitely going to hurt him. I think sometimes they say, I think even in this list as well, he kind of stares down his targets for too long before throwing it. And NFL wide receiver open is not college wide receiver open. If they have like a yard or two of separation, that's open. You got to get it there. You can't just stare that down and then throw it. It's going to be picked off. It's going to be deflected. Something not what you want to see is going to happen on that play as long as you're the quarterback. So I have Will Levis at number 4. I think he is still a solid player for sure. And this is honestly a really exciting draft class in my opinion, especially for quarterbacks. But to me, I can't put him above Stroud. I think Stroud's accuracy is just incredible, and I think he's a more polished player than Levis. And then for me, Richardson's just raw abilities, I think, are better than Levis's. And I think Richardson can really develop to be something way better than what Will Levis could be. But again, who knows? And, it's hard to do this kind of stuff, but that's just, that's why it's fun. You got to speculate. But yeah, so I have Will Levis at 4. And then number 5, I have Hendon Hooker. They have Hendon Hooker at 6, which, perfectly valid. I think he would be probably, I don't know, 4, maybe, I don't know, somewhere around there if he didn't get hurt. I know people have said that, injuries and age aside, his college offense is a little questionable. It's just kind of like standing in the pocket, throwing it like 5 wide type of stuff, which doesn't always work at the NFL level, and it also might not prepare him for the speed at the NFL level or pass rush or anything like that. And then, of course, the blaring obvious thing is that he's 25 years old already and coming off an ACL tear, which is really, really not great for a rookie quarterback. It is really unfortunate because he was an exciting player to watch in college, and I do hope he goes on to have some sort of NFL career. I have him at 5 just because I think he is still a great player, and if he is able to bounce back from the ACL tear, I think he can be very good. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for his age. It's going to be tough for his coming off his injury. And then also being a rookie quarterback, just transitioning in general, it's not going to be easy for him. But it's definitely possible. Yeah, I don't know. That's really all I have to say there. I think his weaknesses are pretty obvious. It's his injury and his age especially, and then maybe his college offense mixed in there too. So that's my top 5, although I could not end this video, though, without talking about Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who they have at 7. I'm going to have him as like a player to watch. I think he is honestly capable of being a huge surprise in this draft. He's very, very athletic, and he's able to extend plays. He's able to run, pick up yards that way, pick up touchdowns that way. And honestly, I think he would be much higher, except he still is very questionable, kind of like Anthony Richardson as far as his decision-making and all that kind of stuff. But he doesn't have the physical traits as far as size and everything goes. And, it's just also, like, coming from UCLA, the competition might not be the same as it is at Florida, being the SEC. But overall, he's still a great player. I think the only questionable thing is that he's still a wild card, but just without some of Anthony Richardson's huge pluses. Like, Anthony Richardson, if developed correctly, could be absolutely incredible. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, if developed correctly, could be very good, but not have the same ceiling as Anthony Richardson, if that makes sense. So if you take a chance on him, it could still be good, but not as good as the other guy who's a huge wild card. But still, I think he's a player to watch. I think he, like I said, brings a lot of athleticism to the table, and he can extend plays. And again, his decision-making is questionable sometimes, but I like him as a player to watch. I'm not sure where he'd go. He's probably a day 2 or 3 guy, which, again, I think is going to be a pretty solid draft choice for anyone that needs a quarterback. Not really that late in the draft, but I guess technically that early, being day 2 or 3, it just sounds like it'd be later, but whatever. That's what I really like there, and that's kind of my list, is those 5 with Dorian Thompson-Robinson being a player to watch. I'm really excited for this draft class. I think there's going to be a lot of things kind of shaking up on draft night. I would expect some trades coming up. We got, just in general, Aaron Rodgers still has not been traded to the Jets officially. I don't think they have any crazy top 10 trades coming in for Aaron Rodgers. I would hope not, but you never know, just stuff like that. Last year, A.J. Brown was traded. You always have some crazy stuff like that. Lamar, I couldn't really see anything happening there. I think he's just probably going to re-sign with the Ravens, in my opinion. But again, you never know what's going to happen there. I heard the Texans are looking to trade back, I think, if the Panthers take Bryce Young, who's been their guy, I guess, and they're not interested in Stroud, which I don't really get the point of that, but you know what? That's why I'm not an NFL GM. I think the 49ers have also been listening to trade calls for Trey Lance, which is really interesting because he, I think, still has a lot of potential. Just got very unlucky with his injury this year, and then having Mr. Irrelevant become an actual NFL caliber starter. But Either way, a lot of things to look at. We're about a week away. I believe we're now 8 days away from the NFL draft. I had to get one of these videos out before then because I've been meaning to, and, you know, here we go. I think I might try and get one for wide receivers, and then DBs, all that kind of stuff as well leading up to the draft. If you guys are interested in that, be sure to leave a like and let me know down below if that's something you guys would be interested in. If you guys enjoy around here, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I do Madden and NFL videos. NFL videos, we do videos like this. We do NFL tier list videos. We do NFL quiz videos. And then when the season's going on, the NFL season, we do week picks as well. And then for Madden, we have a No Money Spent series we do gameplays, we do new promo news, and we do pack openings on there. So really just everything football, whether that's in real life NFL content or video game format, I'm covering on the channel. So if you guys have any video ideas as well, be sure to comment those down below. Thank you guys for all the support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.